Cool, welcome back to my Far Cry 4 map editor tutorial. I've had to skip forward a little bit due to technical issues. I've placed a road and some gravel, well, dirt texture around the road. I've only used the road tool to quickly place the road. So unfortunately, I didn't get time to talk about the road tool because that video has been lost to me now. When using the road tool, you don't need to put many points to get a nice curve of the road. You can usually use just 1 or 2 points going around the curve and just adjust them to get the nice curve effect that you want. There's not really much more to say about the road tool apart from it's advisable to place some vehicles on the map when adjusting the width of it, so you can see how wide it is in respect to the vehicles. Now I've also placed some other objects in the map here, as well as these rocks. As you can see in the right hand corner here, I've placed a couple of buildings quickly. I just dropped the objects into the map. You may note that I'm using a similarly textured cliff as the background terrain cliffs that I made earlier, and I'm just gonna try and form the shape of the level using pretty much the same cliff face over and over again at different angles and different heights to try and make it look a bit more random and less repetitive. I might put a few extra rocks in later just to mix it up. So I'm basically just following the actual hills around here, which if you watch the other video you'll see that I created them using the noise tool, just random noise. Very little effort involved. So now the higher bits or hills, they're all ready for me to sink some rocks into them and build them up a bit, try and make the landscape look a bit more broken up and add a bit more interest to the map. So as you can see, the cliff face here that I'm using, the back of it is flat, so I'm just going to use another one, spin it round, and you use that to cover the flat back of the map, the cliff. Obviously, again, you might need to put smaller rock objects in. It depends really. You can just quickly build it up like this and not be bothered too much by the occasional popping piece of rock or bush that comes through a rock or a tree that comes through a rock or something like that. In the past I've found myself getting a little too obsessive about bits of grass poking through rocks and things like this, so there is a limit to how much concern you should have. Otherwise you could literally spend hours and hours and hours just trying to get little bits of grass to stop poking through various bits of terrain and stuff like that. So you can see I've just spun the road round in a big circle really, just to give the player a start point and an end point. As you notice where I've put these buildings here, that's where I'm considering putting the end point or the objective. And you know, I'm just going to block the player's path to it by using cliff faces here and just building the landscape up as I go. Cool, if you want to see more, check out the next video.